Cyberpunk 2077, an action role-playing game developed by CD Projekt, a game set in the Cyberpunk universe, released nearly a year ago, 2020. A game that was hyped for nearly a decade. Developing started at 2012, nearly 2012, but turned out to be facing more critics than any other similar level video game. When you compare it with like GTA 5 or Red Dead Redemption maybe, Cyberpunk got the most downward going critics. So today we are going to discuss on what happened to Cyberpunk and what kind of flaws did the game have to face such discouraging critics. And I'm going to tell you guys if the game was a hit or a flop. So before we do any of that, make sure you're subscribed to my channel and hit that bell icon to have your notifications turned on so you don't miss any of my future uploads and reviews. So without any further delays, let's begin our quest. In 2012, CD Projekt released a teaser for Cyberpunk 2077, which grabbed all the gamers' attentions. It gave so much hype for the game, but in the 2020 release of the game, it made a big disappointment, as most gamers were not able to play the game due to damn glitches and bugs within the game. So let me walk you through all the glitches and bugs, maybe the major ones that the game Cyberpunk 2077 had. So the first problem was that Cyberpunk was crashing on the PS5, the Xbox Series and PCs. It made the game unplayable. Sometimes the game won't even load on PCs, showing a flatline error message. So this made the gamers annoy on CD Projekt, making one of their most biggest AAA titles unplayable. The second problem was scripting issues. For example, like let's say during the gameplay, some certain event was triggered and the flow of the event is not proper, meaning that sometimes the NPCs within the event are missing, or else the audio is glitching in between, which made the immersive gameplay experience to be ruined. Another problem that was noted was low quality textures in PS4s and Xbox One versions, which means that their graphics was a bit lower than recommendations. That's because CD Projekt announced that this game was fully compatible with PS4s and Xbox Ones on 2012, but they never underlined their graphics requirements during the release, which made the game unplayable on PS4s and Xbox Ones, leading to low texture qualities. There was other problems like low crackling audio and inavailability of ray tracing when you use AMD GPUs. These are some of the major reasons for Cyberpunk to receive so much negative critics by all the gamers around the world. When listening to all these facts, you guys may think, what happened to Cyberpunk 2077 really? So I'm about to tell you what happened and why the game had so many glitches and so many failures. So first of all, we all know that CD Projekt announced Cyberpunk on 2012 by releasing that immersive teaser, and they released the game in 2020. So we think that they had 8 years to develop the game. Every gamer would think that, even I thought of that the same. But after doing some background research, we get to know that Cyberpunk 2077 was not developed for 8 years. We all know that CD Projekt also released The Witcher 3 in between, 2015-2016. So after that game was released properly, only they started developing Cyberpunk 2077. So they had only nearly like 3 to 4 years to complete the whole game. You may think 3 to 4 years is even a big time. Let me just clarify this with you guys. Compare this gaming development with Rockstar Games. You know that GTA 6 has been developed for a long time, right? GTA 5 was released on 2013 and they had GTA Online also, but they have been teasing GTA 6 for a long time but not released yet. I guess 5 to 6 years they've been developing. So still GTA 6 is not out. So 5 to 6 years when you compare with 4 is only a bit notch up. So 4 years is not that much of a big time for developing a video game of this caliber. So I think that's the first reason where CD Projekt missed out. Developing time. They didn't have the proper time to develop a game with this much of awesomeness, I'm sure. They had a short period. The second reason is that the immersive hype they gave the gamers. First of all, with that teaser, the teaser looked awesome, and they used Keanu Reeves on the trailer of the game that gave a lot of goosebumps to everyone. The game, on the other hand, did not have the contents to equal the hype that the trailers gave. That's the second reason why Cyberpunk 2077 had a massive downgrade in between the critiques and reviews. And the final reason that I think personally that CD Projekt is been doing wrong, that's been giving negative impact on the game, is that they're releasing patches continuously but nothing's happening in the game properly. Let me explain this properly. So every game has regular updates, regular patches to fix game bugs and issues. Cyberpunk has a lot of issues and they've been releasing a lot of patches for every month, I'm sure. Still, the game has a lot of bugs and glitches. Like if you get a new patch and some problem solves, another problem rises at once. That's the problem with Cyberpunk 2077. Never-ending problems exist within the game. And I think that is one of the major reasons for Cyberpunk 2077 to have a negative impact within the gamers' minds. So, all facts apart, what would be the final verdict on Cyberpunk 2077? Is it a hit or a flop? So, some call it the biggest flop of the decade, as some gamers may say that the game deserves another chance, a second chance. I would say that if you were a gamer who was 100% hyped by Cyberpunk, then yes, it's a total flop at that point of view. But if you are a gamer who was having normal expectations for Cyberpunk, then I would say for sure the game is not an utter flop at all. My personal opinion is that Cyberpunk is not a major hit nor a major flop. The game is now much more stable when you compare with the game that was at the time of release. I would consider Cyberpunk as an average game when you consider with all the glitches that it has, and I would say that if the glitches are all cleared and if the game runs perfectly, it would be an immersive game. Would I recommend this game to gamers? Well, if you have high-end devices to play the game, I would say yes, give it a spin. But if you have all the minimals and you are trying to purchase this game so hard, I would say better wait till all the glitches of the game is cleared. So anyway, now before I end the video, what do you guys think of my verdict on Cyberpunk 2077? Please comment down the video letting me know if I gave a true verdict and unbiased verdict for Cyberpunk, and also let me know what I missed. Also, please do not miss to subscribe to my channel and click that bell icon to have your notifications turned on so you are notified of all my future uploads and reviews. And guys, thank you for watching, and I'll meet you guys in the next video.